Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with a truth most people won't clap for. Walking alone is not weakness, it's not punishment, it's preparation. There comes a time when the crowd disappears, the noise fades, the applause dies, and there you are. Just you and that reflection in the mirror, no cheerleaders, no backup, no audience. But listen closely. That's where greatness is born, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, not when the world is watching, but when nobody sees. The grind, the sweat, the tears, the prayers. Walking alone doesn't make you lonely, walking alone makes you strong. You ever been in a room full of people laughing, smiling, and still feel invisible? That's not loneliness, that's noise, that's the weight of 1,000 opinions crushing your spirit. That's the world trying to tell you who to be, how to live, what to want, and it feels safe to follow, safe to blend in, safe to fit. But let me ask you, how can you ever hear your own voice when you're drowning in everyone else's? There's something sacred about solitude. In the silence, the real you begins to speak, not your parents' voice, not your friends', not society's, yours. And when you finally hear it, your life begins to change, because the moment you shut the world out is the moment you let yourself in. Now don't twist it. Walking alone isn't easy, it's raw, it's uncomfortable, it's like staring in the mirror with no filter, no escape. You see every crack, every flaw, every doubt, and it hurts, but pain doesn't mean weak, it means real. And real is what this world is starving for. In solitude, the masks fall off, the layers of pretending get stripped away, the pressure to perform, the urge to please, the lies you told yourself just to stay comfortable, gone. What's left? The real you, the you that doesn't need applause, the you that doesn't chase validation, the you who knows deep down what you were put on this earth to do. And suddenly you walk different, you talk different, you live different, because now you're anchored, not drifting. Why solitude creates true leaders. Listen. The world doesn't need another copy, it doesn't need another echo, it needs originals. And originality isn't born in the crowd, it's born in silence, it's born in the lonely spaces where most people are too afraid to go. Stillness is hard when you've been running all your life, but nothing worth building is built in the noise. Masterpieces are created in quiet studios, books are written in solitude, greatness grows in the shadows. Even the most celebrated voices found purpose not in the spotlight but in stillness. Silence became their compass, and if it was true for them, it's true for you. So don't run from being alone, lean into it, because that's where your real education begins. That's where the world stops teaching you, and you start teaching yourself. You ever watch a seed push through the dirt? Buried in darkness, crushed by pressure, no applause, no sunlight, no helping hand, just dirt and resistance. But without that struggle it never grows, without the weight it never becomes what it was meant to be. That seed wasn't buried to die, it was planted to rise. And so were you. Struggle isn't proof you're failing, sometimes struggle is proof you're becoming. Pressure isn't punishment, it's preparation. Diamonds don't shine because life was easy, they shine because they survived heat, fire, and relentless pressure. So when life feels heavy, don't curse it, carry it, because you weren't made to fold under weight. You were made to rise under it. Here's the truth, motivation is a visitor, it comes and goes, but discipline, that's a roommate, it lives with you, it doesn't care how you feel, it doesn't wait for the right mood, it moves no matter what. And discipline is born in solitude, in those lonely early mornings when everyone else is sleeping, in those long nights when the world says, rest, but you whisper, not yet. Greatness isn't built in the stadiums, it's built in the grind no one sees. That's what separates dreamers from doers. How to overcome fear of being alone. Most people keep waiting, waiting for someone to call, waiting for permission, waiting for support, but if you keep waiting for someone to save you, you'll wait forever. At some point you must realize, you are the one, you are responsible for your next step, your success, your legacy, and the moment you stop needing applause is the moment you step into your power. When others talk, you move, when they rest, you rise, when they depend on conditions, you depend on conviction. That's the difference. Because real clarity doesn't come from the crowd, it comes from the quiet. Look back at history. Every trailblazer walked alone. First Galileo stood against the world science, Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed against a nation's hate, Mandela survived 27 years in a cell alone and came out unbreakable, ready to lead. They weren't afraid of solitude, they embraced it, because solitude is the crucible where conviction hardens and courage is born. Originality, clarity, vision, it all requires stepping away from the noise. So if you find yourself walking alone today, don't see it as weakness, see it as the training ground of greatness. Every lonely step is shaping you, every silent night is strengthening you. Walking alone isn't punishment, it's privilege, it's proof you're building something real, something worth standing for, something the world will one day see and never forget. So keep walking, keep fighting, keep building, because the strength you build in silence will roar louder than any applause. And when the world finally turns its head to notice you, you won't need their validation, you'll already know, because you survived the shadows, you found your voice, you lit your fire. And you walked alone. Until you became unstoppable.